guess what kind of progress do you feel like you've made since you've been hired to now about a month out of the season?
Oh man, feels like forever ago we started. But I think there's been really good progress just in terms of our cultural development and the team that we want to be, both on and off the field. And then softball wise, I think we've seen huge jumps just in skill development, player development, whether that's pitching, defense, offense. Really excited about their thirst for knowledge and how they've just dove into drinking from a fire hose and learning new things and growing in that way. So lots of progress, and we still have 3 weeks to go, so still a lot of work to be done, but I'm really pleased with just their investment and their thirst for just trying to get better every single day. Yeah, I think the feeling, I couldn't have asked for a better feeling. Just welcomed us with open arms. I think we've joked that at times it's felt like they were freshmen all over again. Seniors that know the ropes, know how to play softball, feeling like freshmen again, which is a good challenge of just learning and growing and continuing to better themselves. But it's been great. I mean, there's always going to be bumps in the road with just new expectations, but I think they were really hungry for new expectations. So that structure and that discipline we're developing has been received really well, and we're really grateful for that.
I guess as you get a better look at your roster, I guess where do you feel like the strengths of this team are, and maybe some areas where there are some question marks?
Yeah, I think we're still growing and learning and figuring out who our nine are. I think our question mark is fun because we have people that are going to be in new roles, whether that's leadership roles, whether that's more innings than they're used to, whether that's being a starter and they haven't really been in that role their whole career. So I think that unknown is a little bit scary, but that challenge has been really exciting. So I think you'll see some new faces in some new positions, which is fun. They're learning and growing, and we'll have those bumps throughout the season, but that unknown has been a really fun challenge that I think they're ready for. They're ready for that ownership of that. I think the strength of this team is just wanting to build a new identity. I think we have some pitchers and people that are really hungry to create new identities for themselves, and just wanting to leave this program better than they found it. We have an incredible senior class that's really led this team so far, that are really wanting to put the exclamation mark on their careers. So doing it with open arms with them has been a really rewarding experience so far.
I noticed on the back of their shirts it all says belief. Is that something that's like a team motto, or I guess?
Yeah, just one of our core values. So one of our core values is belief, and we're out here, working to try to build our confidence so that when push comes to shove and we're in those big moments, we have belief in one another and our abilities to be able to execute. But part of the culture, trying to instill our core values and have it be not something on a wall and something that we see and we talk about every day.
What's it been like for you to fully run a team now and be the one in charge and everyone looking at to direct?
It's been good. There's definitely been challenges with that. I mean, learning and growing through that. I think there's times when I'm like, dang, I wish somebody else could deliver this hard news right now, or something like that, where I've just gotten to sit back and be in that different role. Our staff has done a great job just supporting me, supporting one another through those hard times. But I think, I still am who I am as a human, and I want to be relationship based, and I want to be able to have, that relatability with the players. So doing my best to maintain that and while holding this new role, rather than feeling like I need to be someone that I'm not.
Obviously, if you look at returning innings, it's not a lot. You guys went out and got some transfers. I guess what was the goal when you were looking to kind of rebuild the pitching position, and what do you feel like you guys were able to accomplish in the recruiting process?
Yeah, I mean, when I took the job, we had no healthy arms. And really no returning experience. So I think that was it, of how can we get the most experienced people that are going to be a good fit for the culture. And I think going into the portal, getting Haley McLean, who's born and raised in Reno, had love for this program as a kid, and it was just a real homecoming for her, I think is huge for us. She's been an incredible leader for our bullpen. And just a really great worker. We're super excited for her to, almost have a freshman year all over again. Like, she gets to create a new identity for herself, and she's worked so hard. So we're ready. We're excited for her in that. And Tess Buemiller, same thing, just a super hard worker. I think people just ready for a new opportunity, ready to work, ready to be a part of building something really special. So those two have been huge leaders for us. And then, of course, adding depth with Jess McPartland, just someone that can come in, throw some innings, be a little inning eater, and just continue to build and grow within this program. So it was a good rebuild. We have Ainsley back, which is huge. She's healthy. She's looking good. Taryn's working hard. So I think just being able to have some strong leadership while those younger pitchers were kind of able to settle in has been big for us. And we're going to be a staff, but I think they're ready for that collective mentality, and they it'll be our challenge as the coaching staff to make sure they match up well and make sure we're being strategic on that end.
What most excites you about the 2025 season and what you guys can accomplish?
I think just being able to experience that growth. I think, from the first day of practice to now, our staff, we see so much growth in some of our student athletes as humans, as leaders, and of course as softball players. So I think I'm really looking forward to, having those moments where it clicks, or moments where we're doing firsts for people, whether that's, a first home run, a first, stolen base, a first career save. So I think just really enjoying those moments of firsts and knowing how hard they've worked to earn those. And then of course, just seeing the potential of this team. I think we have a ton of potential. We have a lot of talent, and it's going to be hard to have a lack of experience at times, but I think we're ready for that challenge.
I guess, what are your expectations from like a win-loss perspective? Just this team was very close to getting to that Mountain West championship, but obviously it's a very different roster.
Yeah. You never know. Competing in the Mountain West tournament, without a doubt, is one of our goals. To be able to be playing in that game on Saturday is a huge goal. I think this team, if we reach our potential, we have the ability to win a championship, and it's our job to get as close to that as possible. But it's really going to depend on how if we stay healthy, how we're able to grow into those roles and grow into those expectations. But I think this group is really hungry, and I think we've seen people step up in a really great way so far. So we're looking forward to that challenge.
How do you hope the non-conference schedule can help prepare you guys for Mountain West play?
Yeah, I think we have a great mix. We're going to have some challenging games. I think last year, looking back at their schedule, maybe not challenged enough for that adversity that you face in season, especially when you've been going at it for a long time and you're in those final weekends where everything's on the line. So looking forward to playing some really great competition that's going to challenge us, maybe take a few losses, but really we're in a growth mindset during that phase. How can we, learn from those opportunities, learn where we need to get better, be able to practice it, and just have that path of continual growth so we're at our best when our best is needed.
What do you think you've learned most so far just in these short months of being a head coach before you guys actually step foot in the game?
Yeah, I think learning a lot about just like maintaining perspective. I think huge credit to any head coach that's out, and just you need to have the wide lens perspective, you need to have the finite pinpoint lens, and I think as an assistant coach I've been fortunate to just focus on my little area and just kind of be very detail oriented. So I think I've learned a lot about just maintaining perspective, whether that's the direction of the team, whether that's we need to make sure we're keeping this fun and loose, or we need to make sure we're really hitting those things that we need to hit. So I think that balance of perspective and longevity and trying to build something that's sustainable versus what's important right now, and keeping a really good balance of those two things.
How important has it been to have all your focus towards softball? You guys are back practicing now before school starts.
I think this time has been so big for us, and just have the sun out. Our field is amazing. I think, really grateful for this time. If I had known the weather was going to be like this, I would have brought them back even earlier, but who knows what weather can be like here. But this time has been super pivotal for us. Just getting the group together, they were excited to come back, just having that energy around it, and then just being able to get really quality work in and work on small things and just have quality team time. Getting to lift, getting to run, having them spend time together in the community. I think it's been really big for our team, and I think just that energy around season being so close has just brought us together in a great way.
It's been a while, but this program did go to 3 NCAA tournaments in 4 years, and the coach who led that was inducted in the Wolfpack Hall of Fame, I think in October. Did you talk with Coach Gardner? I guess, how much did the history of this place being a winning program before impact your decision to come here, and have you tried to tap any of those people who helped build that in the first place?
Yeah, I think just the community in general has a lot of people, that have done some really great things or on the mission. I think in general, the coaches are at Nevada are in their first years, and they're hungry and they're building programs. So I've leaned on them a lot just for perspective, and everyone's kind of on the same mission in that way. I haven't had a chance to meet with Michelle, but I would love that. I think that's a huge reason. History of a program says a lot about the fans. They've built an incredible fan base for this program, and I think playing in this stadium and experiencing a game day and seeing the potential of it was one of the huge reasons why I wanted to. There's a fan base. The community loves softball. They're going to rally around it. They're going to show up rain or shine. I think that's incredible. That speaks to the community and what's been built. And I think just ready to be able to contribute and build upon that. But great foundation to start. Absolutely one of the reasons that I wanted to come here. And I love that our student athletes love the school and they love the community. And there's a huge connection there. And that means a lot to me and my staff.
As you mentioned, the fan base really has been good and strong over the last couple of years specifically. Yeah. I guess 2 Wolfpack fans out there who maybe don't know fully about you. I guess what do you want them to know about you and the program you're trying to build here?
That's a great question. I want them to know that we want to be fun, and we want to be something that's fun to watch. I think you're going to see a really high energy team. You're going to see a team that's connected. You're going to see a team that really enjoys playing for one another, for the university, for the community. If you haven't seen us out in the community, I hope that you will soon. We're really committed to community service. Every student athlete on our team by the end of the spring will complete at least 15 hours of community service, just investing in the community, hoping they show up for us. You'll hopefully see some free clinics, and we just want to give back. We want to be a part of the community, and we know they show up for us, so we want to be able to show up for them. But I hope they enjoy their experience. Even if they're not a softball person, I hope they come out and they enjoy what we can bring, because I don't think there's any place better to be on a Saturday afternoon than in a little lawn chair watching some softball.